Fuzzy Guard season 2. We're bigger and better, and we forget larger things now. I don't even know. Like, I mean, what do? We just talk again. So, what have you been doing for the?
Again, what I've been doing is, quiet season after Christmas. I did. What did I say I did? I forgot. Oh, so you were talking about. I'll try and recall what we spoke about. So you asked me this at the beginning. I said I did a little bit of Street Fighter at UFA, but that's kind of like my back pocket commentary thing. Trying to focus on Uni, Guilty Gear Strive, Grand Blue, and Multiverses when it comes out. Then we had like a half-hour tangent on Multiverses. Yeah, that was a good combo.
Hey, here's something we didn't talk about. You got married.
Yes, that is something we did not talk about. Yeah, you know this.
You what? I know this, but I was is your life different? Is it weird to be married?
Not really. Only because I had a kid before I got married.
Fair.
So I've got a little one that's 4. So I think I started commentary just before she was born.
Damn.
And yeah, just like proper like doing events, not just it's the anime guy that can commentate anime games.
Yeah.
And I know for like the first year, it was a little bit. It would have been way harder if my missus wasn't okay with me commentating, but she's been there for I can't remember how long I've been with her. It must be about 8 years.
Damn.
Sorry, Gemma. Yeah, I think it's about 8 years. But she was there when I was entering tournaments, so I'd be like driving up to Manchester, winning the tournament, and literally just covering my petrol. And yeah, I was like, this is a hobby that's self-sustaining as long as I stay good.
Fair.
She's like, oh, okay, that's fair. But then it was like, oh yeah, I've got to practice for this tournament. I'm gonna have to sit on my game for like 3 hours. She was like, but she allowed me. She gave me permission to play games, to fund my habit. And then I was like, oh, I'm doing this commentary stuff. It's travel and accommodations paid for. She's like, oh, that's good for you. I was like, yeah, technically. Again, just staying, above water, treading the water well. And then I got Evo. I was like, look at this. It's all worth it now, right? And she's like, yeah, cool. But she's been cool with it when it wasn't profitable. So,
yeah.
And obviously, I do have a normal job.
Yeah, the regular.
So like a normal 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, sometimes Saturday. So I just have to work around that. Sometimes I can't do commentary jobs because I've got to work on a Saturday. Kind of sucks, but yeah, I mean, it's not really changed too much getting married, just because it was so much of a big change when I had a little one. So
right,
but getting married, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember why I was going to London, but I was going to London on the Saturday or something, and maybe to meet my brother or something. But you sent me a text asking on like the Wednesday, and you were like, "Hey, are you and Drift around tomorrow?" And I thought you wanted to sit down and have a meeting, like, maybe talking about some podcast stuff or like, content or whatever. And I was like, oh, I don't know, I'll see what the crack is. And I hit up Drift and I was like, yo, Drift is or C4 is looking to meet up tomorrow. Like, what's the story? And he was like, oh yeah, he already asked me. I'm heading down there. And I was like, to where? Where are we going? Like, and he was like, oh, the wedding party is on. I was like, damn it. I missed your party by like a day or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm private or I just don't. So there was a lot of people that were like, "Oh, you got married," and I felt bad because like, oh, maybe I should have said something to them or invited them. But I feel it's more of a put out for some people. So I've got a good mate that I met through fighting games called EX Wiper. Shout out to Wiper. He lives mad far. But I know if I told him about it, he would drive down. It's like a 4-hour drive. And I don't want to put people out. So the people that I did invite were around, hence why I invited you, because you said you're in London. So I was like, oh, Sam's down here. I'll invite Sam. I've known Drift for years. Jammers in Theory, I pretty much am where I am because of those two. So they had to get an invite,
Fair.
Yeah. I've known them, must be about 10 years when Cross Tekken dropped. Whenever Cross Tekken, someone could do the maths. When Cross Tekken came out, I remember going to the arcade when there were. It technically was an arcade, but not like a traditional arcade. They had cabinets, but it was kind of like someone who liked fighting games got a space to put arcade cabinets, monitors, and TVs and stuff there.
Right.
Called the Heart of Gaming. Jammers used to T-mode offline. That's how much of a nerd that guy is. He lived like. Oh no, actually, I don't want to ex-dox him. Yeah. So he traveled from his house to go to this offline place, hoping that someone played Cross Tekken. If no one turned up to play Cross Tekken, he would just T-mode there. He would just T-mode offline, bro.
Mad. That's absolutely mad.
Like he still is a sweat, to be fair. But yeah, that was how I met Jammers. And Theory, I think I met through Facebook from playing Cross Tekken, and then we all went to that place. We did like a whole tournament thing called Fatal 4. I think I came up with the name. We might have all came up with it. But yeah, that's literally how I got into like competitive. I played like Street Fighter 4 and Marvel games beforehand, but I didn't know there was like a scene I could go to. Yeah. So yeah, those two had to. And a guy called Oso, who basically was he kind of was, if I'm Batman, he was my Joker. He's the reason.
Oh, really?
Like so I played him in Marvel 3. I signed up to a tournament. He beat me, and I think that the kind of vision people have about top players, like not regarding like new players, that is what happened to me. And to the extent he was talking to the people I knew from Cross Tekken, and I had to introduce myself after I played him. So he saw the name in bracket. Mind you, was my name C4 back then? It might have been something different. It might have been Shift. It was a short name anyway. He saw my name in bracket and instantly went, he's a nobody. Disregarded me. I held that for a year, and then Guilty Gear Xrd came out. I had him in bracket, and I was like, you're going to remember my name this time. And I beat him. So he is the reason I am such an arsehole. But I thank him for it. So shouts to Bebop.
Damn, man. That's wild, dude. Yeah. I think that there was definitely that... Oh, dude, actually, speaking of arcades, I accidentally stumbled into Trocadero in London.
Piccadilly.
Like, we were just there, and I was like, oh, cool, it's an arcade, we should go in and see what's going on. Didn't realise that it's the one that all of you guys were talking about, like, in the London scene or whatever, because they had one Tekken 7 cab, but it was out of order the day I went in. I don't know what, but then, like, when I went to go leave, and they have all of the Tekken decals going up the stairs and shit, I was like, damn, man, this is really cool. And it's like, as I was leaving, the big sign that said Trocadero, I was like, no way. I've heard the twins talk about that, like that they used to get buses down there and stuff, like, you know, old school, man.
That's kind of like a national treasure, kind of. Trocadero. It's changed a lot. When it was up, I was into breaking, so I saw all of the players, but I didn't play games then. So you know the train when you get off to Piccadilly, you got that like walk. Sorry, not is it Piccadilly or Tottenham Court Road? Tottenham Court Road, I think it is.
Okay, you're
whatever station
already,
is.
Yeah, I have no idea.
One of those two stations. It might be Tottenham Court Road. Basically, to get into the truck, you have to go under an underpass, and the underpass used to be called the Armory, and that's where you used to get all the breakers, poppers, lockers, tutters, and all that sort of stuff. Right. They used to break dance there, so I used to break dance and see people like Problem, Reinhardt, probably the twins, Logan, walk through there, but I didn't know who they were at the time. So when I looked back at like the Arms House streams, that's the person who did it before, or what he called the stream before, I was like, I've seen that person. They walked past me as I'm rolling across the floor, like. So, and then I was like, oh, cool. And then I got into fighting games afterwards. So it was pretty funny that I was at the truck, but never went to the truck. Same with Good Street. Good Street's another arcade that's probably like 10-minute walk from there.
Right.
And it's opposite a Forbidden Planet, the comic shop. So I went to Forbidden Planet, walking past Good Street, where people like probably like King J and them lot were playing in. So I was just like, if I believed in destiny, I'd be like, yeah, that's my destiny. I was meant to fall into that sort of into that hobby of like playing games.
That's mad, dude. That's like your villain origin story, that like you were always there, like, you know, you were always just in the background. I feel like breakdancing or reading comic books or something.
Could see me poking at the back of like pictures of like all the greats.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What are they doing over there in video
mad,
games?
dude.
But
Speaking of Forbidden Planet, they have one in Dublin here, right? And
yeah,
I went down because my brother said he was getting into Dungeons and Dragons, right? So like I was
Okay.
like, Forbidden Planet had like a whole section for D&D, right? And so I went to go like pick up like a set of dice, a rolling mat, like where you can roll your dice into and stuff, and like,
oh,
do you know all of this, right? Dude, I spent like 50 quid on like basically plastic and fabric, like, oh, and I got a little dice bag as well, like, you know. I was like, what, like, I don't want to come across like an old man with the new kids playing their tabletop games, but I was like, surely dice can't be that bad. The dice set was like €35 or something, and I was like,
€35
for a set. Like, to be fair, they're cool, like they have all this like plasma effect going through it or something, like, but I was like, surely not, like, you know, what happened to the good old-fashioned six-side dice and chess, like.
Yeah, that is a. I mean, yeah, I think the best thing about fighting games, even though I was talking about the like traveling and winning and just making petrol, it's quite a cheap hobby to have. Like before I played fighting games, I used to collect comics, hence why I was going to like Forbidden Planet. And I look back and it's like, damn, I paid like £5 for 5 sheets of tracing paper, like that aren't gonna get value. They're not those kind of comics.
Right.
Yeah, like the Golden Age and Silver Age comics, they're the ones that make money. People can cope and say, oh, if I buy a comic now, in 20 years it'll be something. That's not how comics work anymore. They make them in such production that you don't have the rarity of the comic being expensive anymore. That's not a thing.
Right. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. You see, I'm still waiting. I have the Steelbook Halo 2 edition with the manual and the disc and everything in it, and I'm waiting, man. That's about to shoot up. When I bought it, I think it was worth €5. I think it may be worth about €5 and 2 or 3 cents now. So I'm just saying, I've had it there for a while now, like, you know.
As long as you don't take it to CEX, I'm sure you'll make a profit.
That's where I bought it, bro.
Okay, you can't even get your money back then. Yeah, it's a pretty, especially with like how online is now. I think it is a fairly cheap hobby. I played card games like tabletop.
Dude, why? I meant to bring this up over that hour that we were talking. Why don't they make like real Marvel Snap cards? Like, I would kill for like, dude. You should see my Nico. My Nico is sick, dude. Yeah, dude. I have her like. I say prestige, but that's because I grew up on consoles. Like, you know, when I say prestige, like the Call of Duty, like I have a Prestige 5, but she's already the Midnight Suns variant. Like, it's sick. Like, I have her.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's inked with a blue sparkle thing around it. Like,
okay,
it's
I've not seen the Midnight Suns one. I've not seen that one.
Oh, dude,
that's pretty sick.
It's so cool.
I think the only reason they don't do it is because you couldn't play that game tabletop.
No, but I would get one of those cards just to have, like, that'd be sick. I would collect.
I don't know. I could, as a nerd, I can say, well, actually, I've just got the comic cover with that artwork on it, so.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
Bro, but I'm not a nerd, so I would not say that.
Bro, I swear, like sometimes, like I'd be playing like Snap, and like I would just unlock a variant from a collector's chest or whatever, and like the card I would have never played, it'd be something like Professor X was a card that I just never played, but I got the one where he's like standing and he's always wearing Cerebro, and like
close,
but like the card looks so cool that I was like, nah, I have to put him in some deck now. Like,
yeah, that's how they get you. I've definitely done that. You get attached to the artwork, not the card, not what it does. Oh, it looks pretty. I need to use this. I could just look at this card and, you know, tilt my phone and have all the angles.
Yeah.
But I need to draw it from my deck. Drawing it from my deck and then showing it to my opponent is so much more impressive.
It's when you get that little icon, you know, that pops up that you can react to a card. You know, you get the stars in the eyes. Oh,
I think I've only got that with my inked Luke Cage. I think that's the only time anyone's done that. they hate all my other cards.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I dropped my Annihilus inked and they're like, boo. And I'm like, bro, the card looks good though. Don't worry what it's doing. Don't worry that it's killed like all your drops on the left. But look, it's inked and it's just a puff of smoke. So cool.
That is pretty cool. I got the Midnight Suns. Sorry, we're just now... like, you guys missed the first hour where we just talked about Smite. This is the second hour where we're just talking about Snap. I got the Midnight Suns Human Torch as well. I don't know, I just really like the Midnight Suns collection. But the Human Torch thing, as soon as I got it, like, I wasn't playing Move at all. Like, I had just switched to Destroy because it was like meta and that. And like, Move was just like, if I didn't draw Torch, Vulture, or Multiple Man, like in the first hand, it was like, well, this deck ain't gonna work. Like, but as soon as I got the Midnight Suns things, I was like, give Move another try. I think, like, you know.
Oh, this, you know, I've got Gwen Stacy. I could make this work. Yeah, I've got Iron Fist. I think Iron Fist might have been the first ink card, and he's so bad. He's not even good in. So he's a average card in a bad archetype. Yeah. It's so hard to justify splitting him, but I did it all the time because he's like one of my favorite characters. Him, Ronan. Ronan's one of my favorite characters. Ronan's okay.
I don't like that card at all because...
What, the Ronan one?
Ronan the Accuser, the one that's like +2 for each card in your opponent's hand, isn't it?
Yeah. That one.
I've seen him being played with... Oh no, which is the one that gets power per cards in your opponent's deck? And I've seen that.
That's Darkhawk.
Oh right, yeah, Darkhawk with like Korg and
he knows. You know, you're a sweater now, me now.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen that. Do you know what though? You start learning the game, and like, because I remember watching one of your streams, and you were saying like, oh, I don't think he has the power to do it unless he has this card or whatever, and I was like, how could you possibly even understand like that's the only way that he... Dude, now I'm like, he better have this card or else he's about to lose that, like, straight away, like, and stuff. And you start working out the maths in your head, and you don't even need to see your own cards anymore. Like, you have like your kind of playbook of stuff, like, okay, if I get this, it has to go down there, then this, like, whatever. Wild, dude. Like, I got into that game.
It's a sick game, man. I think it's cool because when I was talking to you about it, it was like, you're not like a Marvel like head, right? No. Yeah, but I was like, this game is so simple, even though it looks a bit like techie with like the random locations and all these cards you have to like learn. But it's like, once you get like past, I think Series 2, you understand by like turn 3, you understand what the deck's trying to do, your opponent's deck's trying to do.
Yeah.
By turn 3, you'll see a Killmonger and you go, okay, it's a destroyed deck. They've probably got Deadpool. They're probably going to drop a Death. Yep. They might have Null.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then you get it that way, or they'll drop a Hobgoblin and you go, Galactus, okay, all right, okay. I can't stop him, so yeah, I'll just escape. But it feels so daunting when you start, but it's by far, I think, the most pick up and play trading card game I've ever played. It's so good.
Dude, right, so I found this out. The original game designer for Hearthstone was the one who started Marvel Snap, and that's why it feels so fun and like easy to pick up. Like, and do you know what, dude? The animations for some of the cards make me play those cards, even though it's it's definitely not optimal. But I'm like, oh wait, though, like, have you seen this? Like, you know,
same here.
Just put Dagger in, and like she has those little wings, and the card goes really tiny. Oh, dude, hits me with it, man.
Bro, I literally played. I don't know if you played it when Cyclops didn't have an ability. So there was a period where. Doesn't. So when you're playing with a high evolutionary, Cyclops has that thing where he decreases you, right?
Yeah.
But there was a time period where high evolutionary didn't exist. So Cyclops didn't do anything. But he had the laser thing. He had the optic blast. And I was like, bro, this looks so sick. I'm going to play this card that does literally nothing. Just so I can go, pew.
Bro, you should see my Patriot deck. It is a high evolutionary deck without high evolutionary. Like... It has like Abomination, Thing, Cyclops. Who's the 0-1?
Zero. Oh, Wasp.
Wasp. Yeah, because she's the same. Misty Knight as well. Which, like, everybody when they start the game has Misty Knight turn 1. Like that is like that because it's one of the like base cards and it does nothing. What is it, 1/2 or something?
Yeah, 1/2, 1/2.
And they do have a problem with their power scaling because I only worked this out that Misty Knight has the same attack power as a squirrel. Like in that universe, a random squirrel has the same attack power as Misty Knight.
You know, some of them are hits, some of them are misses. I mean, Human Torch is also.
Yeah.
Human Torch is a squirrel.
Wait, is it
Adam Warlock, who is literally described as Space Jesus in Marvel. You can Google that now. He's known as Space Jesus. Is weaker than a squirrel because he's got 0 attack.
Ridiculous. No, but I'm telling you, you have to check out my Patriot deck. Like Patriot, I've got Squirrel Girl as well and stuff, and you're just basically throwing everything. Oh, Brood. Yo, Brood's
a beast.
Brood can get sick. If you've Silver Surfer and Patriot, damn, man.
I used to play Silver Surfer, Patriot, and Mystique.
Nice.
So I would copy the Patriot.
Yeah.
And those Broods were, it was not pretty to look at, bro. It was
sick.
Yeah, that was my location. You can do what you can try and do something about it, but it's pretty much my location.
Yeah.
There's just give it up.
Ridiculous.
Don't go there.
Sorry. All right, we're getting too far into Marvel Snap. We're definitely gonna have to play like a game of Marvel Snap.
Stream it, yeah.
Oh God.
You can stream,
dude. I haven't streamed in. I want to say 6 years or something.
6 years.
No, because Drift gave out to me because there was one of the episodes that he had to edit, and it was just me clicking and typing for like way too long. But like as I was talking, as if like we were just sitting here together, and I'm like, no, wait, let me look this up.
Right.
No, yeah, but as I was just saying, Drift it was like, yeah, no, just edited down that episode. It was pretty good. Maybe less of the clicking noises, you know, for the.
Oh, Drift, the pie pooper Drift. I want to know how long it's been since Sam streamed. I want Sam to stream. I'll watch the heck out of Smite and Marvel streams.
Bro, like, it was so funny. I remember I used to do this thing because I got just, like, burnt out on Tekken. I just did, like, Tekken Ranked. That was, like, my stream because it was the easiest way for me to get practice in and, like, play it. But I got so burnt out that I was like, I'm just playing a different game, right? But, you know, like, I was, 24 at the time, so I didn't realize that these people were here to watch me play Tekken and talk about Tekken. So I was like, Dark Souls, that's a popular game on Twitch. Like, I went from like 10 average viewers to 0, like instantly. And it was like, if I streamed Tekken, I would have like gotten whatever 10 views or whatever, but because it was Dark Souls, it was 0. Nobody was there. I was like, Sam's playing Dark Souls. Nah, we're out. But I tried to do this horror games Monday, right, where every Monday it was just a horror game, and I played through the majority of Alien Isolation, and somebody came into my chat, I remember, and I was in the middle of this, like, because I hate horror games and I get very scared, and it was classic, you know, ego shrinking content for me, like, you know. But somebody came in, they were like, yo, where's the Tekken? And I was like, this is my my Monday thing that I'm doing, like, or whatever. And some other dude put in the chat, he was like, yo, what's Tekken? I was like, there are people in here watching that don't know what I do? What the fuck? Like, it was wild. It was wild.
It's a mixed bag. I think it is quite hard to do, or to be a variety streamer when your focus is maybe fighting games. I sort of have that problem. Like, when I used to stream like tournaments, obviously I know people will come in to watch tournaments and not me. But then when I streamed my thing, I'll get like 15 people, and normally it's because I've got a lobby of 5, and those 5 people in the lobby also in the stream. Like, I think I find it very hard to kind of have a schedule for, I want to have fun doing this at this time. I can't do that. To me, then it won't, unless it's dailies on like Snap or like Pokemon, where it's like, oh, today you'll get 500 coins if you retreat your Pokemon back twice, or you know, play 5 cards 7 times on Snap.
Yeah.
Doing dailies, it's like, this is what I have to do to keep up with the game. Other than that, I'm like, sometimes I don't want to play Guilty Gear. Am I going to force myself to play Guilty Gear just so the stream can, I don't know, maybe get enjoyment at me getting frustrated? I don't know. But that's why I like doing something and then commentary in the background, because I always want to improve my commentary. That I always have time to do. So
yeah, we were talking about it in the first hour, but leftovers for dinner, man. It's such a good system, man. It's so good. Like
you should do it.
I mean, God,
I think you have way more to give in terms of a how to get good at commentary, because you've got like me. It's kind of like, oh, I did this wrong, like you were saying in the hour that you'll never hear. Like I would like say, oh, I don't know why I said that was incorrect, or oh, that cadence is a little bit off, I cut off my co-commentator. What you do is give like, bro, honey and lemon, sort your voice out. Like you have practical advice to give to people. So if you're like playing Smite and you can't find your boots and you're running to do a gank on left, while you're going to left, you can tell someone about how to get good at commentary. I mean, that makes perfect sense.
You see, right? Okay, I get there's like two Sams, and I get what you're talking about, like, because the actual practical thing or the mechanical thing of like your voice has always been like quite important. Like, because I was a singer for a little bit as well, and like my dad was a singer, and then we were all kind of like actors as kids and stuff, like, so projection and voice has always been a thing. So I just notice this sort of stuff, and for that side of it, it's almost like scientific. It's like, if you do this shit, it comes out better. In terms of getting better at commentary, I get like in my head about it, like, that I don't know if what I'm doing is good. Like, as far as like, if there's a specific thing, like I remember it was in the Salty Discord one time that the guys were talking about the shout, like the getting hype shout, and somebody put a comment saying, oh, it felt a bit reserved, do it more like this, and then put a voice note in of them doing a shout, and I was like, oh, that shout was so wrong. That was like really, really bad. It may sound good the first time, but you won't be able to do that, like, coming in. Like, that sort of mechanical shit, I get, because I understand that side of it. But in terms of the actual quality of the commentary, I don't know if I would be confident enough to be the fucking, the what's the word? Like, that is good or that is bad, like, or...
the Ronin, the accuser.
Yeah.
You're judging people. I accuse you of not being hype. You don't want to be that person.
Yeah, like, because I don't know. I think because it's so subjective, like, like commentary. Some people, like, your least favorite popular commentator is somebody's favorite commentator.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So I don't mean to single you out, but like, to talk about like how you can get better at commentary, if you're talking about that's cool. But I don't know if I'd be able to tell people, no, just you need to improve on this, you need to do this. I did a one-on-one coaching session a few times, and I think it was all just like mechanical shit, like what you're talking about. Like, I call them pickups and put downs, that like, I'm like, oh, and everything is good and now it's time for you to talk, like, that sort of, to make that very clear that you're passing that off and that sort of shit. But just like I don't know, like, basically what I'm saying is I have no fucking idea what I'm doing here. I understand how to go, oh.
I think I feel it's not like imposter syndrome. I know what you're talking about. You're like, who am I to say what you're doing is bad? But when you listen to someone who's bad at commentary, you know it's bad, right?
Yeah, fair.
And sometimes you can't. No, sorry. I was gonna lie to not hurt someone's feelings, but I'm not talking to them, so it's fine. Well, I'm not talking to anyone individual. Sometimes your personality is just not cut out for commentary. Some people just don't have the energy. It's not about the mechanical things like you're saying with like cadence or that, you know, radio voice or the sportsman voice, there's you need a sort of mindset to sit next to someone, talk about a video game to someone, or sorry, talk with someone, because it is a conversation, but project it as you're talking to an audience. There's a very like blurred line where I think some people think, oh, I'm commentating with Sam, I'm just talking to Sam as a commentator. I'm not just talking to Sam. I'm talking to Sam, but doing it in a way that audiences feel like they can interact or get involved or understand.
Yeah.
And some people just don't get that. And I don't know if it's something you can pinpoint and say, well, if you do this, you will be better at it. It's the same with like eye contact with cameras. I think you can tell if someone's been doing been doing commentary a long time because of the eye contact.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because you can tell someone, oh yeah, look at the camera some more. But until you feel confident, you won't do that.
Yeah.
You'll look at chat, you'll look at game.
God, I hate that chat thing, man. You're a psycho for that. We've definitely talked about this before.
Yes.
You're insane, dude. Like, I just get, like, even playing Smite, right? That I just don't read the chat log because there's nothing productive coming from that. Like, you know, I am making money doing this, right? If you have a problem with it, that you're not sitting behind the desk, your opinion, we'll talk about that later, but in fucking chat while I'm there and be like, yeah, well, 420 fucking how's your father, like, you can no, this is why I said that. Like, what? You're insane. Like,
in the business, it's called getting one guide. I love getting one guide. I love seeing a sea of messages and picking out one that says something bad about me, because I think, I don't know what it is. I always thought I had like I come across like I've got an ego, but I seek out criticism because I think a lot of the ideas I have in my head, the way that I kind of prove myself right is by trying to disprove my fault. So I don't try and reinforce. If I say, oh, I think this character's top tier, I think Eddie's top tier, right? Say, for example, I said that. I won't look for things that make Eddie top tier. I'll look for ways to disprove that Eddie's top tier.
Wow, that's a really cool way of looking at things. Like, genuinely, it is like.
I think it's because I'm very like scientific brained. That's how you prove like hypotheses and theories in science.
Yeah.
You don't prove evolution. You go the other way and go, oh, can I disprove it? No, then I guess it's true. That's how you work stuff out. And with criticism, that's how I work out if I'm doing good on commentary. I'll be like, oh, okay, I'm shit at commentary. Why? Why?
Dude, you've got a bulletproof mental, man. Like,
I'm mentally untouchable.
If I see 2 bad comments in a row, I'm like, they're right. I'm shit, man. That's it. I'm done. I'm washed up.
I think that's the normal way to react to criticism, honestly. I do, like, you hear that a lot. You hear a lot of people get dissuaded because some nobody said their shit. Like, it happens for me, it's obviously absurd because I feed off of that. I feed off of people saying I'm shit because at the end of the day, I can either get some criticism that I can work on, or I can say, get good, and then you can take my spot.
Damn, that's a really cool way of looking at shit, man.
Yeah, but I'm also a psycho. I'm not. I blame Bebop. It's also he started me on this villain arc. Otherwise, I would have been a normal individual. Now I'm just psychotic, and I seek out, you know, I seek out smoke and bad energy to fuel me to do better because I want that criticism so I can go, oh, okay, now I can add that to why I'm a good commentator, because I'll change it if I see what's wrong. But most of the time, people just don't like you because of the tone of your voice or something. You can't do nothing about that.
Yeah.
Right. Some people don't like commentators because of their gender. It's like, okay, all that stuff I don't give a fuck about because I can't do anything about that. I am who I am.
95% of the chat, like that's those people who are saying shit, like, you know. And even if they happen to stumble onto a point that, like, you have to fucking sift through so much shit to get to the, like, oh yeah, no, he does actually make a point. I do a weird thing here with my S phonic, like, you know, what the just
sonic boom. Yeah. Some of my pick. I know when I was doing it to my own VODs when I was recording, I didn't realize how much I say and I try to stop that. I do it a lot when I'm not commentating, which is weird. I've got like I don't know if I said this in the last one about how my parents don't hear me swear. I can just switch it off and on.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So my family don't hear me swear. I just don't swear in front of them. But I don't consciously think don't swear. I just don't do it.
Yeah.
And I think I'm getting that with commentary, where when I commentate, I say a lot less. But when I'm having a conversation with someone, I say and like all the time. And I think with that, with me critiquing myself, I wouldn't have got that otherwise.
Yeah.
In the moment, you don't hear your mistakes when you're commentating, right? That's why hindsight, you're always a better commentator. Always a better commentator. When you watch back your block, you always know there was something funny you could have said. You could deliver it better. Every time. So yeah, I think sometimes you can't use hindsight because you're biased to yourself. Sometimes criticism, whether it be like a YouTube comment or Twitch chat, you have to do like a Where's Wally game and find the one good criticism that you can use. But I would say I think honestly, if you can get used to people disliking you, that will make you a good commentator.
God, I definitely think it's part of it, but I don't think that you have to get used to it at all. Like, you know,
can you hide away from it all the time though? Unless you're like God tier.
No, like you definitely will run into it, I think. But if you do anything that's in the public eye, there will be somebody who's going to be talking shit, like, you know. But I don't know if it will make you better if you get used to it, because that just feels like, I don't know. I'm definitely not used to it. Like, anytime I see some fucking shit, I'm like, I have the reply typed out on my phone before my brain catches up and is like, not a good shout, Sam. Not a good fucking shout. Like, you know.
Why is it not a good shout though, Sam?
I don't,
why not fight your own corner?
That's just engaging with
the trolls, yes.
Yeah, like, you know, like that's not the impression I want to give out on the internet.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I don't mind throwing shit about. But yeah, no, that's a good point. If you got not like an image, but a persona of not, you know, being abrasive to certain people, that makes sense. That makes sense. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a persona I want to like kind of nurture or whatever, but I think it's just like I know that as soon as I meet these people, they're not actually like this. Like, so to start an argument with a fake, like a smoke person that isn't actually fucking real, that is just saying shit to like go against the fucking majority. It's like, well, actually I really enjoyed it when he said that. And you're like, no, you fucking didn't. Like, if you were sat with that person, you'd be like, just shut up, bro. What are you talking about, man? Like, you know, like you wouldn't like if they said that in real life to you, you'd be like, what are you, go away? Like, well, I'm not indulging this. Like, go away. So that's the sort of vibe that, like, if people are just fucking shouting into a void something negative, it's like I give it a platform if I recognize it. Like, you know, like just let it fucking fall off, and that man and his fucking 11 followers can fucking circle jerk each other in some negativity spiral thing, like, you know.
Yeah, I get it. I think I'm very I don't know if I need context for this. I like drama, but
no context needed. Just enough said. That's it. Clip it, put it out. It's a short. I like drama. I think so, you know, like, I like debates and stuff. I know most people don't. They don't give a shit. I like all types of debates. I like every single one of them. I like flat earth debates. I'm pretty sure the world is round. Believe it or not. Pretty sure the earth is round. But I love... Let us know in the comments if you think C4 is right.
Oh, I wish YouTube did poll. Drift? We need a poll. We need a Twitter poll. I always talk to people in like WhatsApp groups, and they'll ask me literally what you said. They'll ask me, like, I can't believe you have time to argue with this person or debate that. And I'm like, there might be a good argument for why the Earth is flat. And you know what? I want to be there when it happens. I want to be one of the first people to hear it. And it also goes along with my other ethos about. I honestly think half the people, if you ask them, I never put someone on the spot because it's horrible. But if you went to someone who thinks the Earth is round, ask them how they know, and see what answer you get from them. Because if someone asks me, I want to have concrete reasons and a way so you can prove to yourself that it's round. But I think most people just say people went into space and they took a picture, right?
I mean,
is that any better than a flat earther saying they're fake? Is it any better? I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose where does the burden of proof lay? Like,
true. It always lays with me.
Right.
But yeah, normally a person making the claim has to back up their claim. You're right.
Yeah. Like, I don't think it's a good enough argument to say that there's no proof for your side, so that makes my side true. Like, but dude, I don't know. I loved watching all of those the YouTube videos. There's a Andrew Callahan, Channel 5 News, he's called. He just did the Flat Earth conference. God, that was so funny. I think I've seen that one.
Oh man,
it was just a fantastic video. Just like that 15 minutes was just great. Like, he got to do the freestyle rap about how the Earth is flat and stuff. It was too good.
I love him.
Yeah, no, look, I mean, I don't know. I respect your bravery. Like, if there was ever to be like World War III, man, like, you know, I'm just going to wherever you're going, man. Like,
not in the field, bro. Don't follow me on the field. We're gonna get absolutely demolished.
Yeah, but if they 1v1 us in fighting games, we might put up a chat.
Yep, that's World War III in, I don't know, 2x KO. Yeah, there you go.
Easy.
Get smoked. But yeah,
2.0 after patch whatever. Hold on, give me 2 seconds.
Hey guys, it's Drift. Thank you for listening. Please remember to subscribe and like the episode because Sam always forgets.
No, I don't think so.
Wow,
do you know what? I actually
good purge. So you did a very good purge.
I follow a porn star and she follows me back. I met her, like, we've chatted. She's a really, really nice person, right? But the fucking day after, right, like, because I'd never gotten any of that weird side of Twitter, and I didn't realize that full nudity is allowed on Twitter. I like genuinely didn't realize it, because everybody I follow is like Tekken. Like, there may be like some cosplayers and like some, not even like there aren't even like, you know, like thirsty like pages that I follow, right? And then the day after me and Ray followed each other, right, I was just like scrolling through Twitter, no problem, like full frontal fucking nudity. I was like, what in the fuck is this? It genuinely, it didn't make sense in my head, because I was like, I watched a like Tekken combo and I was like, oh, that's actually really interesting, and then went down and I was like, what in the fuck is this? Like, my brain just was like, this does not compute, like, you know. But that was kind of it. But I think it's all.
You're lucky. Bro. I don't know how to get rid of it. Maybe there's some tech and I have to like look it up. But yeah, I get it so randomly. Like, really, I can literally, I probably can scroll and find it. So I said something like, MDCI is my favorite game, and I have like 5 porn bots liking it, and then because they've liked it, it will just randomly come up on my feed. I'm like, I can't even say MVCI, bro. I can't even talk about Marvel, a dead game. I can't talk about a dead game without getting these bots on me. And yeah, it's the bots that stop you from opening your phone in public. Them kind of bots.
Damn.
So
I heard this. There was a marketing lady I used to be friends with. She used to be with Republic of Gamers, like Asus and stuff.
Oh yeah. That's my phone is.
But she was saying that, like, if on her personal page, if she needs like X amount of engagements per month and doesn't hit it, that she puts in, like, is it like sugar daddy, graphic designer, and something else just in a tweet that like is the most engagement, like, because it's just like, hey, I've DM'd you, is everything okay? All of these bots, like, you know, just bots, you know.
Graphic design bots they are vicious.
I had no idea, man. It was actually for Fuzzy Guard that I was like, I need to get like a graphic designer to do some of the overlays and stuff. Holy shit, dude. Like, do you know, instantly muted. Like, instantly muted that post. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, you literally can't say anything in terms of like, if you say overlay in a sentence, you're getting DMs. You're absolutely getting DMs. I don't know how to stop it. You just do redacted.
Yeah.
You just have to put redacted.
Just to change the letters for numbers or something, apparently, is a way of dealing with it. But
that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I'm gonna do an experiment while we're on here. I'm just gonna tweet the word sugar daddy.
Oh no!
And let's see what's happened. Oh, I nearly tweeted it from the podcast page. Whoopsie. Drift. I'm sorry, bro. Wait. Okay, sugar daddy.
Your timeline. Don't even scroll through them. I think when you scroll through them, it just thinks that you like them, and then it will show you in your normal feed.
Okay, that tweet is sent.
Yeah.
All right.
For science, I guess. I don't know if you're gonna regret it.
Here we go, baby. Let's put the helmet on. Let's fucking get this shit on, man.
I'm glad this is going on YouTube because people are going to see this. They're going to see the tweet before they see the reason you put the tweet.
People are oh, actually, speaking of people fucking, right? So, we were talking about, I've got a Liquipedia page, right? That I didn't make, right?
Oh, I saw this tweet. Yeah.
Did the people also ask who's the Irish commentator for Tekken? I was like, who's asking that? And when you click the drop down, it came up my Twitter. I was like, Google knows that I'm an Irish commentator for Tekken. That was a really I was like, get the fuck out of here. That's so cool.
I found out I had one, I think 2 months ago.
Really?
Because I was doing my reel, and someone was asking. I was doing an application, and someone was asking, "Oh, we need a picture of you," and I dragged the image into a Google instead of the application form thing.
Oh yeah.
So I dragged it in Google, and then it did a reverse image search.
Yeah.
And it went, "Oh, C4 commentator, Liquipedia." And I was like, "Oh, I've got a Liquipedia page." So I looked in it. They had a picture of me. They got the MVCI tournaments I won.
Damn.
Yeah, they did their research. They got my name, government name, the whole government name.
Oh.
Yeah. I think they got my date of birth. So I asked Jammers. Bro, I asked Jammers, like, bro, how would they get? I think Drift actually answered me. He's like, yeah, they got, they probably get it from like TOs. So organizers, obviously, when you got to go, we're booking your hotel. What's the name? And they can get it from that.
No, really?
Because I don't put my full name on anything other than tickets for like planes and stuff. Because like hotels, I just put like half my name. I just put Mace on there because they don't need the whole name, right? They don't need Mace. I can say it now. It's on Wikipedia. I don't have to say Maceo. I don't have to put the O there. There's no point. But the only time I say Maceo is when I have to check ID, like my passport.
I genuinely.
So I'm like, how?
Windu.
Yeah, I know it disappoints people. I might start saying it's my middle name just to cheer people up. But
that would be sick, dude.
But apparently, so what you can do is you can contact the people at Liquipedia to change it.
Oh,
so
really?
I might get him to change it to Windu.
Mace Windu, bro. But then
I'll ask him.
But then the question is why would you ever go as C4 then? Like,
I could go as C4 PO.
Jesus.
I don't even like Star Wars, by the way. But yeah, I could do that.
That's insane. That's insane.
C4PO?
So
it's got a ring to it.
Update on the tweet there. I just got followed by a lovely lady by the name of Chloe. She has...
No E.
Just Chloe. She has 900 followers and 1,000 following. Not a great sign.
Ooh.
Oh wait, do I actually know her?
Oh, that's gonna be awkward. That's awkward on so many levels if you know her. Someone you know, like that you're a sugar daddy or you're seeking a sugar daddy. And wait, make sure your missus can't hear this bit. The wedding bit, that's fine. Don't make sure. I hope she can't hear this bit.
I think we're good.
No comment.
Jesus.
I have to whisper for the rest of this podcast.
somebody commented saying you're going to attract bots. I don't know. Maybe they can check your gender. Maybe I should have put in sugar mama.
Maybe.
In a
I mean,
search
you'd probably get
criteria.
more engagement for sugar daddy, I would assume. But I don't know what side you'd get it from.
Ooh.
Male or female? Don't know.
Oh. Ooh. Yeah, it begins.
You get DMs.
Nah, this dude just fucking. I think. Do I have DMs turned on? This guy, just a random page, liked it. 34 followers, 320 following. His caption is "I'm a daddy."
Well, Purge, you need a
goes.
new account.
Yeah.
It's all right. Just make a new account. It was a burner anyway, right?
Yeah, my real like ultra right wing Twitter is still undercover. Oh man.
Start again.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm now Sam Gon Jin. You could be Mace Windu or C4PO, and I could be Sam Gon Jin. We could have a Star Wars. Wait, what's the fighting game? What's the Star Wars? Fists of Kerastasi or something. There's a Star Wars fighting game that was brought
I didn't know
out.
that. I didn't know that was a peak.
It was on the PlayStation, I think. Bring it back, remake it, Unreal Engine 5. You have your team of commentators right here. Easy Star Wars win.
Do I have to watch Star Wars to commentate Star Wars though?
Nah.
Okay, cool.
You do, like, just say your middle name is Windu and like.
Cool. I know Samuel Jackson played Windu, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I know.
There's a comic of it. Like Marvel own the Star Wars comics. They're still releasing the Darth Vader
actually,
ones.
no, I'm not gonna do it. I think it's Disney that owns Star Wars, but Disney owned Marvel Comics, so Disney wanted a comic of Star Wars. I think that's how it works. But
Oh, okay.
who cares?
Yeah, but I was like, but
the
you
only
like
reason I know,
comics?
the only reason I know that is because I think if they make a Marvel game, they can't put Star Wars characters in it.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's not Marvel, it's Disney. So if Disney make a game, they could have Marvel and Star Wars,
Right.
but Marvel can't have Star Wars.
What was Skylanders? Who owned that? They had everyone.
Disney, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because like Woody and stuff were in that. And
Yeah.
Buzz and that.
Shout out to Disney. Shout out to Kingdom Hearts.
dude,
But you won't know about that, guys, because that was in the other.
Yeah, Jesus
the missing
Christ,
hour.
man. That. Oh, how like, to be fair, right? From all of the podcasts I've watched, like there usually is one part of it where somebody goes like, "Oh, hey, sorry guys, the audio messed up in this part or whatever." So I'm happy that I've gotten mine out. Wait, didn't this happen in season 1?
Did it happen with Gloku?
Did it?
I don't think it happened with me.
I thought it might have happened. I can't remember. I don't know, man. Like, Drift will tell me. Drift will message me.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Put the phone down. Don't interact with the sugar daddies.
No.
Don't.
It was one of my buddies is the Saudi Arabian desk host for Tekken, and he just texted me and he said, "Dude, your account is hacked."
That's a true homie. That's actually a true friend. Because best believe that happened to Jammers. I'm keeping dumb.
You're retweeting it and shit.
Yep.
Like.
I'm sharing. I'm bookmarking. I'm posting on Facebook. All of it. I'm making a YouTube video about it.
God.
Yeah, that's a true friend. He's that was quick. What was that? Like 5 minutes?
Yeah.
He's got your back.
What the hell? Yeah, he said, "Yo, bro, what the fuck is this? Your account is hacked." Jesus. Man, they don't play around, man. Oh, be my sugar baby, DM. Here we go, guys. This may have gotten me into trouble.
You might get followers though, so you know.
That's it, baby.
Tomatoes,
Engagement.
tomatoes.
Let's go.
That's what it's about, right? I need to. I want to try and get more engagements, but I think for me, it's very hard to do it unless I've got like a polarizing position or a polarizing question. Like the one that was in the. I'm going to repeat this, even though we said this in the other one. Is colluding in grand finals cheating or not?
Yes. It has
That's
to
the
be.
kind of tweets I sent.
Like, it simply has to be, because it's been a while since I actually read through the rule set of the Tekken World Tour. But it's gotta be like they have to have something in that.
I would I would think so, but I think they might either overlook it or be in the situation where they're like, we can't stop it. Because once you've given them the money, you can't dictate how the winner uses their money.
That's
right?
fair. That's fair.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe there's like a loophole to doing collusion.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But like, I mean, surely they have to put something in about organized losses or some shit. Like, I don't know. But then again, like, do you know the whole thing about that the controller debate? Like that. What's the pass through? What's it called? The left and right equals neutral.
The SOCD.
SOCD.
Clean.
Yeah. I think it was Aris that was saying that on YouTube. He was like, unless they're actually going down and testing this,
yep,
nothing's going to stop you from leaving it on. Like, and especially if you're one of the top players who understands how to hide it. Like, you know, we were talking a lot about speedrunning in the first hour, but like, you know, it's that sort of stuff. Like, you know, that like the people who are so good at this understand what it looks like when it's not like working. Like, so they can just hide that really well. Like, so like the rule is obviously there. I think in the TWT it says something really ambiguous. It's like you're not allowed a controller that gives you a distinct advantage over. So they don't actually have specific rules on any of those, like, you know, the leverless or whatever, like Capcom
cross up and stuff.
Yeah, I think Capcom are trying to do that. They're trying to get specific about certain things, but I think that it's purposefully ambiguous so that you can, if anything is brought up, you'd be like, well, that gives you a distinct advantage over your opponent.
That's interesting, because I feel from the outside looking in, like, Taken players hate cross up, like the cross up, the stick the hitbox. So I'm surprised they wouldn't say like, yeah, just don't, you can't use that. Like, more so the community saying like, we just despise people using the cross up.
Yeah, right up until Daigo could start using a hitbox, like
cheaters.
Everyone was like, oh, no real player would ever use that. Like, Daigo Umihara was like, hitbox sponsor or whatever. Like, you know.
It was I couldn't leave my house until Daigo got a hitbox. People used to give me side eyes. Yeah, they used to treat me like shit. And then Daigo got one, and I was set free amongst the masses. Yes, I was not subhuman anymore. You've
been using one for years, haven't you? We talked about this on the last episode. Yeah, you've been using it for, or maybe, you see, it's weird. Because when we talk in real life, it feels like like we're just shooting the shit, like, you know, like exactly like we're talking now.
Yep. That's why I can't tell the difference.
So I don't know if we've, like, sometimes I think like, oh yeah, wasn't that a thing that we talked about? And it was probably the last time we met up in real life, like, you know.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was with the guy that wanted the pizza from Jammers.
Do you remember? Oh man, that was fucking wild. Did this guy... So, let me fill you in, guys. Me, C4 and Jammers, we're all staying in the same place in Italy for OTB. And why did Jammers have a pizza? It was like late or something, wasn't it? We were on our way home.
Yeah.
And he just picked one up to get something to eat or whatever. We walked past these two bros on the street. Now, when I tell you these guys weren't dressed homeless, like, the dude was in like a nice jacket, had some jeans on him, like, I can't even remember, was he wearing like some nice sneakers or whatever? And he had
Adidas, like a clean Adidas top on, and he had the whitest Air Forces. It's so white. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, but his trainers lit up the road. That's how white his trainers were. And
he just looked at Jammers holding a pizza or whatever, and he pointed down at the pizza box and said something in Italian, and Jammers was like, I don't speak Italian, and then just went like this, like, you know. Jammers was like, what are you saying? I was like, yo, I think you want some of your pizza, bro. That was so wild, dude. Me and Sam were standing there like, it was like a game of like catchphrase.
and we was waiting for Mr. Chips to finish the whole like sequence because he was pointing at it. It was like, oh, it must be that he wants to know where you got the pizza. That's what makes
that's
sense.
What you said. You were like, oh, just down there, but I think it's closed or something. Or maybe Jammer said that. Oh man.
And he was like, and I was like, there's no way he's asking a stranger for a slice of his pizza. And the box is closed, by the way. So he doesn't know what's on the pizza. He just saw a pizza box and assumed that there was pizza in it. And it was a pizza that he would like.
In Naples as well, where pizza's like €3, like, you know? Like,
bizarre.
Mad.
What
Jesus.
Yeah, I think that's the last time we were offline.
Yeah.
Last time we had a conversation offline, I think. Yeah.
Was that when you tried the espresso? That was the funniest facial expression I've ever seen you make, man. That was hilarious. For anyone that doesn't know, like, do you know, like, do you know when somebody does like a tequila for the first time and it's like, oh, Jesus, I'm not 100% sure with that. C4 hit this espresso cup. We were in the breakfast place getting, and like you get pastries and coffee, but their coffee is like Italian coffee, like that's like thick and shit. Like, and I was just like, oh, I just need an espresso. I was tired or so. And you said, what did you say? You were like, oh, I never had one before. I was like, oh, maybe start with a cappuccino or something. You were like, nah, fuck it. What? I'll do it. Dude.
Yeah.
I remember
I'm so hard, bro. I want an espresso in the morning.
Your eyelids fluttered as shit got closer to your mouth,
bro.
Oh man. Yeah,
I got a whiff of. I got a smell. The smell of it made my eyes literally. And I used to work in a club, so I've smelled crazy stuff. That
so funny.
I couldn't believe people selected this as a drinking option. It was mental. It worked though. I was awake for the rest of the day.
Yeah, man. Fuck your Monsters or Red Bulls, man. That's
true.
Get yourself some eye fluttering espressos.
Mate, that was they're the moments about commentary that I actually remember more than actual commentating. Honestly, it's the things around the commentary that are like, that was
when I installed Marvel Snap for the first time as well.
Yep. I think because you saw me and Steve playing it.
Yeah.
And
I saw the animations,
Steve's alright again,
man. Yeah.
He's alright. Yeah, he's not bad. You know, sometimes when you perceive someone to not be good at something, you probably aren't an asshole like that. But sometimes I'll look at someone and go, you can't, Annie, yeah. Like, you're not about that life. You ain't got the reactions. You're too old or something like that. Oh, yeah, he can't block overheads or, you know, yeah, she doesn't know how to punish this. I looked at Steve and I was like, I know he's a Marvel head. He knows Tekken, he knows Street Fighter, he knows Guilty Gear. I was like, you don't know how to play card games. He actually knows how to play card games. He actually doesn't know how to play card games, funny enough. It was pretty funny. But yeah, I'm glad I got you hooked on that, on my addiction. You can share.
Dude, it's
share the toilet time.
Man. It's crazy. Like, you know, like I got the overlay thing after I saw you using it and stuff. Like, you know, like I'm in on this. Bro, okay, that may have been a bad idea.
Did science backfire?
Perhaps. I think the worst thing is that, like, I'm going to need to just very quickly have the clip of me tweeting that. Like yes. I need that tonight or tomorrow to just reply to that. Like, being
Drift. Like, you know what we need to do first. Priorities.
What was the code thing? Like, you know, you need to get this.
So you start here,
yeah,
and then you.
I've just recorded that, or we're doing this for science. End, like, you know.
Yes. Yeah, you need to get that ASAP.
Jeez.
And you know what? If you get that out maybe tomorrow or something, it will make people excited to watch the whole episode.
There you go. That's the idea of clips. We were talking.
What did Sam do for science? Not the sugar daddy thing. That's what I'm going to put underneath the tweet, by the way.
Yeah.
This sugar daddy thing, not for science. He did something else. Trust me.
Wasn't even for science. Like, dude, imagine if I like lose like half my followers just for that. Like, but like, surely if your account is hacked, people ain't just gonna tweet sugar daddy, right? They're gonna tweet something with a link in it, right?
I guess so.
I don't know. If I'm a hacker, like,
keep this in drift. But that's the second clip. That's the day 2 clip. I'm a hacker.
If I was a phishing scam, what I would do Let me break this down for you real easy.
Someone has to do it.
Yeah,
Someone has to do it.
that's it.
Mate. So you got any more? You got any stuff planned for Tekken 8? Or you just
Nothing.
winging
I have
it?
absolutely nothing planned. I got an email. I might have to mute myself there, but something is. Well, this is probably going to be coming out a bit later. I don't know. We'll check it. Drift gauge this based on how far along we are. ICFC just got cancelled. So they're running to like a more like infrequent sort of system.
Right.
So yeah, that's gone for Europe. There is Damascus's thing, the ladder, King of the Hill thing. That's on. I am part of that, but I haven't done one yet. I was supposed to do one last week. I haven't commentated a Tekken 8 show yet, which is
Really?
like, mad. Like, but yeah, I've been looking into stage hosting, man. I'm telling you, it's the
Sick.
it's the thing, man. I sat down, I had a big chat with Spag about it, like, and he was just saying, like, yeah, it seems like that's where you always should have been, like, you know, like that, like I like to scream and get people hype and stuff, and I can do that. So like, you know, fucking
That shift you put in that Evo, not what was it, 21? When you had the three of you on the floor.
Yeah, 20.
Yeah. Is that 2021?
22.
2022. Was it 22?
But oh yeah, it was. No, wait, was it? Fuck, I can't remember. But yeah,
It's one of the two, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely one of the two. Yeah. When Evo was back in the day, back in the day when Evo was top 8, and I had 3 people on the show. Well, not the show floor, but in-house commentary. Yeah. When you did that, that was like you in your element for sure.
that was fucking crazy, dude. Like that
Yeah.
was. I still look back on that, man. Like that was wild. Like there was like 7,000 people there. Like
So sick.
it was like I was watching. Do you know the Score Esports, that YouTube channel?
Yeah.
They're just like they do
Yeah.
a lot of fighting game stuff, but they're kind of mostly Tekken. Like I assume someone in their office is a fan of Tekken, but like the 10 most hype Evo moments in history or whatever. And there was one where Rangchu picked Panda again after like leaving the character for so long, and I'm in the corner. Like it's one of these
sick.
huge big shots of like, you know, like the stage and the screen or whatever. And as soon as he locks in the Panda, all I see is my arm like in the corner of the screen going, yes, he did it, or whatever. I was like, I'm in a video, bro. Like I would have watched that video anyway. And then I'm in it. I was like, get out of here.
That's sick.
Yeah,
That's it.
That whole experience was fucking wild, man.
One day, hopefully, I can share. I'm not as Hollywood as you and Jammers, but
Dude,
one day maybe.
You were there. That's where we met. We met in Vegas.
I wasn't doing in-house commentary. I mean, I wasn't doing in-house. Yeah, I didn't do the commentary on that day.
It's always the sort of thing of when you climb a mountain, you look at the next mountain, you're like, God, I wish I could climb that. Like, Evo is the goal. Like that was the goal.
Yeah, that was that the year after COVID?
That was the year after it was cancelled. So that was the first year back after the gap year that they took.
Oh yeah, that wasn't COVID. That was something.
Yeah, that was
Serious.
That was some, that was something pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Just Google it. Anybody who's watching on YouTube, just Google.
Yeah, it's we needed the gap year.
Yeah,
needed that gap year to purge.
Reassess.
yes, from the like a phoenix back from the ashes.
You know,
But
shout out Sony, bringing things back from the
Praise
dead,
be.
dude.
Praise be Sony, and I guess for the other people, Pokemon. But
Yeah.
you know, yeah. Jammers really likes Pokemon.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
He got a picture with her. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
He
Yeah.
unironically got a picture of her. I thought it was a meme. I thought he was joking. He's like, oh, I like Pokemon. I was like, huh. Okay. Sure.
All right, Jams. What's up, bro?
Couldn't be me. But yeah, you know what? It was funny when you talking about the goals. I think the first stream I did of this year, I wrote down a bunch of events, and I don't know if this is like an ego thing again. I wrote down the percentage of, or the chance I think I would get that job.
Right.
So like I put for example, this is pretty funny. I actually have this on there. I put multiverses, $0%. Because even if there is a multiverses thing, I don't think I'm going to get a shot at it because I'm not a platform commentator.
I mean, I think if multiverses are running an event, they're either going to be really big or not so big. And I think you're in a really good place to get both of those shows. Like, if you show up as an established fighting game commentator and say, hey, I would really love to get involved with multiverses, like, you think like some esports Warner Brothers exec isn't going to be like, oh wait, this guy does all of these other games, yeah, jump in. And then like, I mean, do you know that the smaller shows, as soon as you say you've done multiverses before,
yeah, I think it's easier to work from the bottom up. I think I don't have enough to work from the top down. I think I have to do like the small stuff first and then climb up. I can't just go, oh, I did Evo, you should want me, right? I maybe, I don't know, maybe it does work. I've not tried it, to be honest.
yeah,
I never like, I don't think I've been in the position to where I can drop that as the, you know, the mic drop moment. Like, I've done Evo, you have to hire me, right?
yeah. Like, I'm just trying to think, if they were going to run it like a multiverses like big event, who would they get to do it? And
Ajax from America, he's been on a lot of them.
no, as in like what production company would they get?
Oh,
Like,
production.
because if you're doing it in the US, it kind of has to be 10-0, right? Like, they've already got a relationship going because they were at Evo and that sort of stuff. But like,
Right.
if you're in Europe, it has to be Gasulting, right?
I mean, they're the Smash guys for sure. So
Yeah.
yeah, it would be natural for them to take on multiverses. But yeah, I don't know. I hope so, because
You've gotten in with both of those companies.
Gazol in. Your in is so different to my in.
Really?
No pause. Like, do I need an in? I don't need a pause for that. Yeah, your in is different to mine. My in is like, I know the person. Your in is that person knows you. They know you. I know them. They know you. That is the different kind of in. So like, I don't have to fish for an email address.
Right.
You would get a DM from them asking if you're in the area.
You see, I don't. God, do we want to go politics now about the esports politics? I don't think so anymore. So did I talk about this? Because I don't want to fucking double down on this one, but like,
Drift, get ready.
yeah, get ready. Right, fuck
Could
it.
be a moment.
Yeah, like, so, there were a couple of shows last year that I, in theory, should have gotten. That if I was on my percentage chance, I was like, that's a 90%, like, you know,
Right.
and then didn't get them, right, and I was like, doing my usual thing of just like DMing the people, like, you know, like, and I'm like not going through the official means because I know these people, like, you know, and I'm like, hey, what's the story with this? No reply. Hey, event's getting a bit closer, I'm just wondering, I'd like to do it, like, what's the story? No reply. And then the fucking tweet goes out with the commentary lineup, and I'm like, that's weird, like, you know, not that, and I'm not saying like you have to have me on the fucking show, but I'm just like, just DM me and be like, yeah, look, man, fucking, we're going a different direction, try again next year or whatever, like, you know. Didn't get any of that sort of shit. I have a couple of bones to pick with some people, just about like, fucking transparency, like that's my whole fucking thing, like, you know,
Right.
if I don't want to work with you, I will just say, hey bro, let's just not do this, like, you know, like, it's not gonna fucking happen, like, you know. I don't, this fucking not replying shit, that shit pisses me off, because I'm like, I don't know, do you have 100 messages in your fucking inbox and mine just got lost, so then I'll just push you again and be like, hey, what's the story with this? Or are you like, oh, fucking Sam's messaging me, and then when I rehash that, you're gonna be like, fuck this guy, like, you know. So
it is like a gross situation to be in. I've not put my hands up Drift, so yeah, you might have to cut this bit out as well. I've been aggressively trying to get an event, and I've never gone out my way to email people. I'm emailing like 3 people, and they're telling me, "Oh, we haven't got an EU rep. When we get one, we'll let you know." And then like a week went, so I messaged them saying, "Any idea when this rep's been found?" And they went, "Oh yeah, the rep's been found. Email this person, CC me in. I've like got a whole paragraph of literally why I should have this job."
Sick.
Yeah,
Sick.
and I've never try-harded for a commentary spot, but I've put myself at like 85% chance of getting it.
Nice. Yeah, I mean that's the way that I would normally do it, but
But if I didn't get a reply, I would be super tight as well. And in the email, I said like, "Oh, if you found anything, if you've got any feedback, let me know." So I'm trying to bait them, even if they don't want me to reply back.
Yeah.
So I get what you mean. Yeah.
I just think it's like especially in this world, like, because like realistically, there's what, like 100 people on the team globally for like the fighting games that we do and stuff. Like, everybody sort of knows everybody, so it's like fucking, if you say like, "Hey, look, we didn't like what you did there, we'll have a talk about it like later," or whatever, I'd be like, that's so much better for me than just no reply. Because like, when the next event fucking shows up and then we're in the same room together, what are you gonna say then? Like, you can't not reply to me then. Like, I'm gonna be like, "Hey bro, what's going on?" You'll be like, "Hey," like,
Can't hide forever. Literally.
And I don't mean that as a "you better fucking reply or I'm gonna fucking swing some fists around," like, or whatever. But like,
Just want to talk to you, bro.
fucking, "Hey, you want to step outside? I just want a little bit of a chat." No, like, fucking, I don't know, man. Like, I think, like, and like, to be fair, somebody's probably just gonna fucking shoot me up. To like, I do sometimes forget to reply to people, like, you know. But if somebody ever just went like, "Hey, what's the story with this? Can you follow up on this?" I'd be like, "Shit, I did actually forget. Yeah, this is the crack here. This is what I think about that," like, you know. And if I ever didn't reply to somebody, know that it wasn't them, like, you know, like, there was definitely just me and my idiot brain, like, you know, just fucking letting things fall through the cracks, like. But God, I don't know. I went to have a chat with somebody at the start of the year, and this person is notorious for being difficult to contact, right? But
Right.
I helped him out with a fairly serious situation, right? And I DM'd him and I was like, "Hey, what's the story? I need to cash in a favor," basically, right? And
Right.
after I sent the message, I just looked up, and the last 3 messages I had sent hadn't been replied to. And the last message this person had sent me was like, "Hey, thank you so much for helping me out with this issue. I owe you so much." And I was like,
dear.
that ain't cool. Like, be it fucking professionally speaking or just as a friend or whatever, like, you know, no reply. And like, even still, no reply.
What is it unread?
I don't think so. No, wait, actually, do you know what? I never checked. That's fucking
I'm obviously
stupid
I'm
notifications, man.
Devil's advocate. Maybe they've like lost their phone or something.
I mean, it was a DM. Shit, literally, I just went into my DMs and there's a message that I haven't replied to. Just all the shit that I'm talking about here.
It's okay.
Wait. Let me. I want to see.
Being a hypocrite is fine.
Is it actually? Is it seen? It says sent. That's not seen, right?
Yeah, that means they've not seen it. Yeah. So maybe they've got a new notification. They've seen it. Sam went, not stepping anywhere near that. Or maybe they don't have their phone or something to read it. I don't know.
That was in January, bro. Yeah,
That's a long time to not have a phone.
Yeah, no, I really didn't like it, you know, like, I was like, I would never do a favor for somebody and expect one in return, but I don't know, I just felt like that was a bit disrespectful, like, you know, and I mean, I've heard some stories straight from people, that this happens quite a bit, that instead of addressing issues, shit just gets pushed under the rug, and then nothing is said, and then there's this ambiguity about it, like, you know, for ever, like, you know.
Yeah.
And I've heard people have gotten cancelled, and still have no idea why. Some people like to that particular person, that's worth a lot of money to them, and has tried to organize like meetings, sit downs, like the whole shebang. Nothing. But yeah, it's been a wild one. So I'm telling you, man, stage hosting, that's what's up.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's I wanted to do it. I think I prefer commentary still. I think, but I've not done enough stage hosting. Like I did like one or two like really small things last year, like presenting like top 3 with like medals and stuff, and
Sick.
kind of interviewing them, like asking them why.
Yeah.
I think I didn't put in my reel though. I was considering putting my reel, and I was like, technically this isn't me commentating, it's like me doing hosting. So maybe I'll do a hosting reel. I did like an interview with Angry Bird at Red Bull.
Sick.
So yeah, I was thinking about putting that into something, but then I was like, I don't know. Well, within the fighting game community, there's not, apply for host.
Yeah.
It's commentary or you run brackets.
Yeah.
That's kind of the only 2 application forms they have.
Yeah.
And I think I'm more nervous. Well, I'm not nervous at all when I do commentary, but I'll probably be nervous being a host. And I don't know why. I feel it's the same sort of pressure. But I think I'd be more nervous doing a host position, which I like. I want to, feel the pressure a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I mean, for me, it was always way easier. Like,
yeah.
I like not sitting down. Like, you get to kind of move around, and like the whole thing is just like, hey Sam, act a fucking Egypt, make these people laugh and shout. Like, you know, okay. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you want to see me as a kid? That's what I did in school. Like, you know, yeah. It's just now I got a microphone and fucking thousands of people. Let's fucking go.
Living the dream, mate.
Do you want to take a quick break? So, basically, esports is trash, and I don't know why anybody would do it.
You gonna say something I disagree with, or?
Yeah. I got so there's a team in Ireland that are sponsored by Virgin Media and Usain Bolt, right?
That's pretty good.
Bro, though, the photos for Usain Bolt and the pro players is hilarious, right? Like, genuinely, like, because Usain Bolt is like world fastest, like record holder dude, like muscular, like there's a whole thing, like a, you know, to be fair to these gamers, they're not like overweight or anything, but he was sat on a sofa next to him, like with a controller in his hand. These were like the promo shots, and I was like, that's the difference. Like, he's an athlete. These guys are incredible at video games, but he's like a Olympics shit, like, you know, he's brilliant. But I don't know, can I say this? Surely I can, right? But they're thinking about getting into fighting games. So because they're an Irish team, they must have just Googled who's the Irish Tekken guy. That must be where the auto question came from. But
right.
So I got it hit up, and I just basically had to sit in on a meeting and talk about like pros' salaries, what pros expect from a team, and all this sort of stuff, like, and all that. But they're thinking about getting into it. I can't remember what point I was going to make.
You're going to be the head of the team?
Yep, that's it. I've sold out. I'm going to be. Oh yeah, but they're like esports, and the way they talk about like Call of Duty or CS:GO or Rocket League or anything, like, you know, and they're like, oh, you know, like, so mental health is very important to us. So just as on our roster, we have like a counselor or a therapist or something. And I was just like,
right,
you just have that like there for your, like, I mean, there's a lot of, what did Ru Kang call him, like a handshake and a sandwich, like esports teams, like that are just like, yeah, wear our jersey and win a tournament, like, you know.
Yeah. I kind of, I think I told you about when I was doing the British champs commentary. So when we was in Italy, and I was telling you about that high low.
Oh yeah, high folio, yeah.
High follow, that's the one. Yeah, sorry, I plugged in horrendously.
Yeah. I'm supposed to have him on here as well.
Nice.
He's a really cool guy.
Yeah, sick. His website is great.
Esports career portal. Yeah.
I know. Is it Iron Pride?
Mm-hmm.
They're on it as well, aren't they? So I think I've seen their profile.
Oh yeah.
Running TO. I think they've just put under TO, but obviously they said, "Oh, I do take a TO."
Fury.
Yeah.
Iron
Fury.
Pride
Sorry.
is the team name. That's the LGBTQ like East London fighting game group. But
my bad. I saw the banner and I thought, oh, their name was Iron Pride. Fury. Yeah. Because they were at Only the Best. I met him. Yeah. So I've seen them on it. I think is Aggie on it. Aggie might be on it.
He could be. Yeah.
Could be on it, or someone from Team Aggie's on it. But yeah, I got a job through the site for British esports champs, and it's basically like getting colleges in. I think there was maybe one in Ireland. I'm gonna say England, but it might be just the islands, UK, the Isles and stuff. But yeah, I had to sit in the meeting. I was like, I'm only here for Street Fighter. I'm just here for fighting games. Normally, you just tell me who's playing, and I'll just chat some shit.
Yeah.
I had to do that. I had to get I can't remember what it's called now. Oh my god, you have to send off for CRB.
What's a CRB?
To get CRB check. I think it's a CRB check. Where basically you have the criminal record.
Oh yeah.
They check for all that.
Yeah, we call it Garda vetting over here.
Garda vetting.
So Garda is what we call our police. They're on Garda Síochána. It means the guardians of the peace.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to be a part of that team.
They're technically not a police force actually as well. They're guardians or something. I can't remember. There's a weird distinction, but yeah, they so you have to get vetted if you're doing anything with like children or people with special needs or anything. It's mad though, because they just ask like all the addresses you've ever lived in. And like going back on like old stuff, like I was like, damn man, where was I when I was 21? Like, you know.
Literally had to do the same thing. I think it was like the past 15 years, where have you lived? And I was like,
mad.
I can't remember when I moved out of one place or whatever. But I did that. I got a certificate, and I was very close to being like, on my commentary rule, I'm checked, bro. I'm good. Because I was like, if that's not a merit to my commentary rule to anyone else's, I don't know what is. Like, if you think about it, I always think this sounds super, super weird. Like, obviously, I told you about debates. I listen to the funny ones and some heavier ones,
right? Some
heavier debates. And I was having a conversation with my missus about some stuff that's happening with like Lolicon stuff. And
what's a Lolly?
You know what Lolicon is?
No.
I always think that people know this. So Lolly is anime of children of potentially single digit age.
Damn.
Close to single digits. Yeah. And the con is liking it in a very particular way.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So there was some drama about that. And I was like, without context, if I said to someone, oh yeah, I have conversations, I've got DMs with people almost half my age. Sounds very suspect. But I never think about it like that.
Yeah.
And it seems...
I would also never say it like that, bro.
I would never, ever... Well, I think for me, it's always going to be implied if I say, oh yeah, I do stuff with games. They're going to go, oh, it's the lower end of the age. And then I'm like, oh, I'm like 30-ish. So, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. What are you doing? I've got like... It's really weird to say that we have something in common, which is the games. Because from my end, it's going to always sound such. It's like, why are you still talking about games? It's like, I'm a commentator. I'm CRB checked. I'm good. I'm good. That's why I'm like, I gotta have like the best trump card for doing
Fair.
events now.
Fair. I wouldn't lead with it though. It seems a bit
I
sus if
wouldn't
you
know,
just
yeah.
say, "Oh, by the way, you don't need to worry, bro." Like,
Yeah.
I remember when
that's a
we
good
were
point.
when we were doing Gamers 8, when we because we were on the same week as Fortnite, right?
Yep.
And like it was the duos, and so like there were children like there, they're
Right.
like actual like 14, 15-year-olds or whatever, like, you know, but obviously they can't fly them out without a guardian, right? So
Yep.
I ended up just chilling with these two dads from Sweden, man.
Sick.
Both of their dads, and they had no idea what was going on. Like, they obviously knew about Fortnite from their kids or whatever, but like I'm explaining to them like Tekken, and they were like, "Oh yeah, the old arcade game. Yeah, is that still going?" And I'm like, "You guys have no idea what the story is, like, you know." But they were sick because they were like it was like talking directly to a spectator. Like that, it was like I didn't realize that it was this big. It is so much fun to be a part of, even though like they had no idea. Apart from the times that their kids were playing, they were just free to roam around, like, you know. So they would pop into different stages and stuff, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I saw this guy playing this guy, or team this playing team that," and I was like, "Yeah, dude, that was sick." And they were like, the crowd were crazy, and it was just so much fun, like, you know, like just hanging out with dads, like, you know.
I don't know if that makes me old, but I wish I had that experience. I don't know if it's. I feel like being in fighting games, you don't always acknowledge the age difference.
Sure. Yeah.
Until you're talking to someone outside of fighting games, and then it sounds weird.
Yeah. Again.
Yeah.
CRB check, baby.
See, I'm good. I'll tell you after the conversation, like you said. You can't open with CRB checked. That sounds more sus than anything.
Hi, I'm C4. I'm CRB checked. Like,
that's what the C stands for.
Yeah.
No criminal activities on my shit. But yeah, I was thinking like when you were talking about esports, I was thinking, yeah, because that's like the British esports company. You have to do it properly.
Sure.
You have to do that stuff properly.
That's
so I had to have that. And I was like,
isn't it?
Yeah. They're funded by the mayor. I think.
Yeah.
I might have to double check on that. Oh no, I think it's Highfolio, or they're endorsed by the mayor. The site is. Highfolio.
Oh no!
You can ask him when he's on the podcast.
The British Esports Federation, I'm pretty sure the government run one, aren't they?
Probably.
Pretty sure.
I mean, they had one season, and I think I messaged you about this. On the last. Yeah, I had to do it solo, and I also wanted to put that on my reel to be like, bro, I did a top 8 on my own.
That's
for Street Fighter.
Wild. That is absolutely insane. Like,
but I didn't because I didn't want to do anything funny with the CRB stuff because minors were playing. I just left it, and I was like, damn, esports is so different. In any other tournament, I wouldn't think, oh, that player might be under 18. I can't use that as part of my reel. Yeah. So yeah, I was just going on what you were saying about the esports to what we do is night and day sometimes.
It's wild, dude. Like we were talking about, there's a commissioner for an esports like thing coming in here, and it's like as soon as you say commissioner, like that's a different word. That's a word that's only used with Thomas the Tank Engine. Like that's it. Like I've never met a commissioner of anything before. Like I've met a camera crew team leader or something, like, you know, and like production manager. I ain't never heard of nobody with the title commissioner before, like, you know.
That's not even a Tekken rank. That is,
that is
definitely a word. Rank 1 commissioner. It's like, what?
Man, he's platinum commissioner, man. But yeah.
So do you think it's more of a we are doing our own thing, or do you think we've not caught up yet for that kind of structure? I'll go with structure.
Yeah, I think that they're two different paths, that there's obviously a huge amount of overlap, but because the competitive side of fighting games has been around for so long in a tiny community based thing, like with the arcades and who's the best in your arcade, and then when you find out that he goes and plays a guy from another arcade who's the best in that arcade or whatever, that was kind of the basis of the world tours that we see now. Like, whereas shit like Call of Duty, when that was launched as an esport, that was an esport. Like, they had teams sponsored coming in, like the Overwatch League. I know that's like a relic now and it's dead, and like they shut it down and all the teams took a buyout and that sort of shit. But like, when that started, they were offering $1 million for a spot in their franchise league. That's where it started. So obviously, like at the higher level, there are some overlaps, and we see this stuff like what you're talking about, like the British Esports Federation or whatever. When they run a show, it's going to be to the same caliber of like a League of Legends or a Rocket League sort of stuff. But then we both know, because we've done these shitty shows that are basically local community shows that just got a budget, like just there, like they got a budget yesterday, and they're like, let's fly in some commentators, like, you know, and that still have like, you know, like there's no such thing as a cosplay competition unless you go to fucking Evil or, you know, UFA or whatever, any of the big shows. Fucking people will be dressing up every week for the LCS in Berlin, like, you know, like it's, I don't know, like, I mean, to answer your question, sorry, very long-winded answer, but I think that fighting games at its root is on a different, it's not traditionally esports, although it is, it's set the kind of precedent to what esports can be, I suppose, but
yeah, I get what you mean.
Like, I don't think it was ever, the model isn't very scalable, if you get me. Like, at its root it is, but then I think it's the mentality of, you know, I can shake hands with the guy that just bet me. Like, you know, you can't really do that at the group stages. I mean, maybe they do, and I don't know enough about Dota or League, like, or COD, like, to you know, they have fucking like managers and Nike sponsors and dietitians and that sort of shit. Can you imagine if somebody came out with a new esports team that, like, or an FGC team, that they all lived in the same house and they all had a dietitian? Like,
I would expect them to win every tournament.
I mean, you would want that sort of, like, Jesus, that's weird. Like, you know, like nobody else has ever done that. Even like Red Bull, when they get in, they're just like, you do you, man. We'll pay for your stuff. You just do it. Like, you know. Whereas, like, you know, tier 1, tier 2 teams in COD and stuff, like, that's what they do. They have team houses, you know.
Yeah. Because I was thinking this, obviously, you know, people are going to be speaking about it because Project L/2XKO, is it going to change things? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, no, because the structure of the FGC doesn't want that, or it doesn't want to be like that, where it's either going to be a case of 2X make that kind of thing, and they kind of divide, maybe not divide, they have there's a fork in the road. So in my head, they're going to be like, okay, cool, you can be a commentator for fighting games, or you can be a 2X commentator. Right. That kind of divide. But I don't know if it will be like that, because I feel that 2X are going to try and cater to being a fighting game in terms of the structure, like the whole aesthetic of I can get put in a bracket and I'll have to sit next to Daigo. I don't have to pay a fee. I don't have to qualify. Open bracket. Right. And that's what kind of the big esports things don't really have. They're very like established. These are the top players. Like you said, they live in this house. They practice. They're the creme de la creme, like top tier players. And you see that over and over again, just like mostly every other sport, right? Like football, tennis. It's, you have to do something to break in to be in contention of that tournament. Where fighting games, you don't have that. You go to Evo. You are a competitor the same as everyone else. You're at the start of a tournament, you and Takedo are at the same level.
Yep.
You have to prove that you're the best. And I think, to me, that is the core part of fighting games. And I don't know if we get rid of that, what will happen. I think it will be worse for the scene, because I think that's the only unique selling point we have as fighting games.
Fair. Yeah.
Other than, obviously, you know, it's easy to, you know, it's easy for a spectator to get into fighting games, I would say, over something like League of Legends.
Totally.
There's a lot more context you need to explain. And I think fighting games are the best for betting shops. like to stream for having bets on.
Oh, right.
Way
okay.
easier.
Yeah.
Just it's so easy. It's like, look at the health bar, bro. Like, pick the character that looks the coolest, and if you want to know if you're winning, look at your health bar, and then you know.
Fair.
It's like the digital Zoomer version of like dog racing. To me, it's so easy.
Fair, yeah. I mean, I think that you like. I'm literally just checking the time there because I think you touched on a really, really controversial point about like adding gambling to like fighting games.
Okay, that's fair.
Like,
I never thought about that deep, but tell me,
no,
why is it controversial?
Do you not remember that there was that whole tournament that happened over in We Play? Yeah,
We Play.
They what was it? 1xBet, I think. That the 3 owners are still wanted by Interpol.
So I didn't know if that was because of the gambling or what they did behind.
There was a whole load of stuff about it and stuff. But like, wasn't there like people throwing shade at as soon as you add fucking betting to it, it becomes something different.
I do remember that. I remember, like, I think there's a kind of moral dislike for betting, which I understand. It's gonna sound pretty bad. Is it? Maybe it won't sound that bad. I feel with the position that the fighting game community is in, betting personally is only bad if you are addicted or underage. Like, you can't comprehend the detriment of betting. If you're a millionaire, no one's gonna care you're betting. No one's gonna care you're betting, unless you're losing it all. Right?
Fair.
If you're a millionaire and you're throwing a K on a roulette every week or something, no one cares. If you get average income and you spend £1 a week on a lottery, that's gambling. No one really cares. Right? It's only when it's in excess and it's like a detriment. If I was doing that and I was, I couldn't put food on my daughter's plate, then it's a problem and then it's bad. I've let gambling affect my life in a like negative way.
Yeah,
I think you have people always. I don't want to say always, and I don't want to say people because it's not everyone. But side betting in fighting games has been there.
Yeah,
it's so I feel like I always make this comparison with like low tier God. It's like you can dislike low tier God for whatever reason you want, but he is a side of the FGC, whether you like to admit it or not, that is part of the FGC.
Yeah. I mean,
and I think betting is like that. I think betting is part of, before we were esports, and when you're in the arcade, you're literally betting. You're putting money in a machine to hope that you win. Well, not hope. I think with fighting games, you're not betting, you're pitting your skill against someone else. It's not like a gamble. You're confident that you're going to win because of factors, not that I hope this lands on like zero, like green zero. Like, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
I don't see the upset of gambling. I see the upset of addiction and the danger it can cause to someone. But the actual gambling, I don't think is an issue.
Yeah, like I do agree. I think everything in moderation, like, the same as alcohol or I don't know, like sex is like a big addiction thing. Like, I mean, if you can do it all in moderation, it's all fine. Like, I mean, Jesus, I've put money on horse racing before and I know nothing about horses and it was great crack. Like, I definitely am not putting my house up or anything, or like,
exactly
going down to Cash Convenience and trading in some stuff, like, to get some money, like, but I don't know. I mean, there's always goofballs that kind of ruin it. And I think if betting comes in, there's going to be a very like difficult year for the FGC, where we'll get all the bad headlines of, this man stole a couch off his parents to fund his gambling addiction, specifically about Tekken. Like,
I honestly, I could just be downplaying like the upset of like the masses of people, but I feel like people said that about like CS:GO skins at one point, and look at them now. Now they're holding on to it and making crazy money.
Stickers,
and it's like,
now, man. Have you seen the stickers?
Yeah, the stickers on the guns.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I bet you. I bet now you're happy that your son stole your credit card to gamble on a sticker for a gun, right?
Dude,
obviously they shouldn't. Don't steal. I'm not endorsing stealing credit cards or gambling for the youth. I'm just saying it's always it's only bad when the outcome is bad. I think, like you said, gambling in moderation, when you're able to, it's fine. And now with like a betting company, maybe like I don't know, if there was like a Bet 365 sponsored team, I think what you're saying, that people won't like that.
Yeah.
I would be like, I need a stronger reason to dislike it. If the company is bad in like nature, like they are doing something immoral, I understand. But just providing the platform for people to bet is very similar to me, like Tekken doing microtransactions.
They are. Or well, we don't know yet. The Tekken shop is coming in.
I thought the skins were microtransactions. Are they not? Or they not?
Yeah. I mean, but that's always been the thing. Like you get your DLC thing. Like, you know, there was the whole thing, the pay to win with Tekken 7, that Eliza was a pre-order thing, or you could just buy her.
Right.
And then she was paid to win because like she had fireballs, and like to practice against the character you had to buy her, like, you know.
I said the same thing about, this is why Multiverses is the fucking GOAT, because Multiverses, you didn't have to buy the player to team mode against them.
Right, okay.
You could pick the whole cast in team mode, you just couldn't pick the cast when you done PvP.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure even Street Fighter 6, you had to buy the character to team mode against them, but you could use in-game currency. That was a lot, apparently. Like, you had to proper grind to use the in-game currency.
Right.
But yeah, I think the way the FGC gets money, I feel is gonna have to look like, unless you can get links, like I said before, links or fucking, I don't know, Nivea, something that promotes good smelling, they can make money off of us. Or betting. I don't think any fucking, look at Mad Cats. They made sticks. They literally made products for gamers. What happened?
Yeah.
We haven't got the money for sticks. We ain't got the money for chairs. We haven't got the money for anything other than, I would hope, deodorant. And betting, which you shouldn't do if you can't afford it. So
that's fair.
But I don't know. I just think that's the only two USPs for things outside of fighting games is betting and deodorant, maybe food.
Yeah, I'm sure like that they can. I remember Cup Noodle used to sponsor a lot of Tekken shows as well and stuff. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, companies aren't stupid, so they're probably like, any of the sponsors you already see are probably in the right sort of wheelhouse. Even like Mad Cats and stuff, like, you know, because like, I mean, they're still making sticks. Like, what else do Hori do? Like
I actually don't know.
I don't know. Do they do anything? I think they are just a peripherals company. Like, you know,
they do pads though.
Oh really?
Oh, I guess Mad Cats did pads in the end.
Yeah,
they did start doing pads. Yeah. It wasn't just sticks, but yeah.
I don't know. Look, I mean, I think that this is, fuck it. Let's just sell out entirely. Let's do fucking Ferrari for the Ferrari Open for Street Fighter 6. I'm calling it now, man. Like, do it.
I'm down. I think, I don't know if we can ask the audience. I don't know what our demographic of people has to offer to anything outside of the FGC. What if the FGC was like a club, and you've got all these big companies that are looking for people to sell their product to? What company is going to go, we need these people, we need these, the demographics, probably like 15 to 30.
35.
Normally 25?
35.
Yeah.
35.
Oh, 30. Oh, we're going upward.
All right, come on, man.
All right, we'll go to 35. Don't know if you should still be here if you're 35. I'm including myself in that. CRB checked. CRB checked. But with that clientele, mostly boys, right?
Jesus, call them men, man. For fuck's sake, dude. The CRB check thing is really...
No. So I said boys because of the intellect level that they show on Twitter.
Damn. All right. Okay. I like that.
Mostly boys. That I don't know. What that is it, right? that don't have money most of the time.
What do we have to offer?
Most of the time.
I mean,
Yeah. Why would anyone want to pitch to our group of people? Like you said, Pop Noodles makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, the fight sticks are starting at 200. Chairs probably about 150. Like, you know, graphics cards and shit are gone nuts, man. Like PCs,
Mental.
like
Mental prizes.
yeah.
If we keep having, you know, tournaments like Capcom Cup when they're giving a milli to someone, then sure. But that's such a maybe they can do it next year. I doubt it. I don't know if they can keep throwing 1 million currency points a year. I love Capcom. I just don't think their pockets are infinite. But yeah, like other than that, you got to think all the other esports teams looked at that milli and went, like that's just a day in the office. That is regular tournaments, bro. Like,
Yeah, man. Look at the international Dota. What's that at now? 35 mil or something? I can't remember, but yeah.
it's not a real number at that point, really, if you think about it.
Phone number. Like,
Yeah, literally. Oh, 100. It's it's such a silly amount. It's incomprehensible. Like to most people, to be fair, to most people that is incomprehensible, right? Even though you got to divvy it up between people, that's still crazy money.
Yeah.
We got a mill where obviously I'm happy as well because I feel our players deserve to have something worth fucking putting in 8 hours of blood, sweat, and tears to learn frame data and how to punish and shit. I'm glad we got that, but like, yeah, the bigger picture, it's peanuts.
fair.
It's so peanuts, and that's because we don't have, me personally, we don't have that demographic to sell to people. Where things like Fortnite is like, yo, anyone under 12 is gonna play this game.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
they're gonna play this game and they're gonna ask their parents to buy this thing and they're gonna buy it.
Yo, I want to.
We don't have that.
Black Panther today, man. Like, you know, hit me up. It's a really good model, man. Like they just threw everybody into that game, man. Like, you know.
You want Goku? Cool, we'll put a Goku skin in there.
Easy. Do you want like buff Peter Griffin? That's like the thing, man.
Bruh.
Like,
Bruh, that's Fox in it. Yeah, that's owned by Fox. I
mad.
think Fox don't give a fuck about Fortnite, but they saw that they're gonna buy this skin of a character that's a fit version of this fat Peter Griffin. Have at it.
Easy,
We could never do that. We could never do that.
Peter Griffin in Street Fighter. Like we got the Turtles. To be fair,
Yeah.
MK are kind of doing some fun stuff, like with their. Sorry, we're getting delayed. We have to cut this short, ladies and gentlemen. We're so sorry. We are not so sorry. I'm so sorry. You lost the first hour of this. God, I was just thinking as I was coming back from the break. I was like, so lucky I'm not drinking for this. Like, imagine if it started and I was an hour into drinking. Okay, here we are, guys.
No, you're not a lightweight. Stop that. Stop the downplay. Stop the downplay. Oh, I forgot he was meant to drink. I'm upset now.
That's all right.
Damn
That's
it.
all right. Wait, because Fuzzy Guard is changing. We're pushing away from alcohol. Alcohol is bad, kids. You can. It's difficult to record 2 in a week when like I have to explain to my lovely lady that I'm like, yeah, I gotta go to work again. Like, and then I come back and I'm like, I just having a fun day at work. Like, you know,
Working.
yeah.
It's all right. I've got the next question for the next time. Season 3.
Okay.
I'm going to ask what's worse for the FTC? Having a team that's sponsored by an alcohol or a brewery or gambling?
God, that's difficult. But let us know down in the comment section what we have to offer to potential companies, and which is worse, alcohol or gambling. All right.
Maybe not the second one.
Yeah.
The first one's cool. I'm sorry, Drift. I should have just left it. I'm sorry.
This is our hard-hitting podcast. Fuzzy Garrett. He's put stories from the bar. Oh shit, from the bar. Oh damn it.
Not the bar. Where is it from? The street corner? That doesn't sound any better.
He sports stories from the athletic playing pitch. There we go.
I like it. It rolls off the tongue.
And we're out. Ladies and gentlemen, C4, thank you for jumping in. We'll see you probably in another 2 episodes. I really enjoy having these conversations. Oh, he's got the thing on.
I did it for you. I haven't done it for like a year. There you go. I'm gonna do it the other way just in case I fucked up.
SamDDing. How do I do an S? Oh wait, the Bloods thing. Oh, I better not do that. You got in trouble, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right.
I quickly had to put my hands down.
We're going. See y'all later.